for you.
Brother, what's that?
We have this
one.
spiritual connection.
We have a spiritual. Hello, everyone. Today we're gonna be talking about Love in Paradise, latest episode, Sun's Out, Buns Out. So let's get started. First of all, we're gonna be talking about Madeline and Luke, and yeah, let's go through this. I don't know why I'm so bubbly today. Like, for some reason, right now that I'm recording this video, I'm like, yeah. Maybe because I haven't been getting ready lately. And today, like, I know it's not like a super ready, but you know, putting some lipstick on, putting some makeup on, putting some earrings, it just makes you feel some type of way. I need gold earrings though, I need gold hoops. Enough about me, let's get this started. Even though Madeline is still upset about the prenup, they are getting ready to go dance some salsa, and when he comes out with his first outfit, he looks like one of those narcos that you see in the cartel movies or on the telenovelas that come out, man. In the second outfit, he is even worse.
You look like my grandpa.
And Madeline looks like the Pink Panther. Even her shoes are ridiculous. I cannot imagine wearing those types of shoes to go dance. Then, since Luke is only going to be here for 1 more week, they have agreed to focus on their relationship and ignore one of their biggest points of contention, the prenup.
That's stupid. You're stupid. Stop being stupid.
I was expecting them to go to a club or a dancing place, but they ended up going to a restaurant.
All right, show me.
So, you move this one here and 1, 2.
It kind of looked like the restaurant, but if you guys are from Colombia, then let me know if I'm wrong. Madeline loves dancing so much that she shares that when she was little, she used to do competitions and stuff. And she has also been trying to convince Luke to come out dancing with her, and he's finally here. Madeline also says,
So ridiculous dancing is so difficult for me get mad to him.
she's forgetting about everything because this is way too foodie. If we are being honest, both of them looked funny dancing. Luke was not even dancing salsa at one point, and you could see all the people staring at both of them. However, there was this man at the bar, and when he sees that Madeline needed an actual partner, he steps in to dance with her.
I can't.
Yeah, come on. Go do it.
And also takes this time to teach Luke some steps.
I got you now. Sorry.
I'm sorry, but if you're going to dance salsa with super long nails, expect those nails to break. Now they are outside and she's telling him, when are you going to learn not to break my nails? And Luke is like, the only thing that I did wrong was not knowing how to dance. Madeline flips him off. Luke does a little tug at her hip, and then Maddie shoves him in the opposite direction. Very childlike response in my opinion. Luke and Madeline now are getting ready to go on a little vacation to Watepec, which is where he proposed to her.
More stuff?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Do you even know how to pack, Luke? What is this? Even when he asks Madeline how can he help, she tells him not to touch anything. He is really hoping that this trip is going to help the relationship get better. I guess a trip can't cure everything, but it can for sure make things good while you're there. They're going to be staying in this beautiful domes with a beautiful lake, amazing views, and it looks incredibly private. I love it. It seems like the goal of this trip is to forget about everything and that the water here will wash all the problems away. They are kissing, making out, and then Luke tells us that his friend Brian and his girlfriend are coming over tomorrow. Brian has been hearing this rumor going around about Madeline that he cannot wait to share with him. But the problem is that he cannot tell him over message. He needs to tell him in person.
He said that there's a rumor going on about her, and he wouldn't tell me over the phone. He wants to tell me in person.
Now it's the next day, and Madeline and Luke are playing like the little children that they are, pushing each other off the bed. Why are they wearing these coats? They genuinely look dumb. They are eating breakfast, and Luke again shares that he was really excited about his friends coming over, but after what Brian told him, he is not so sure about it. He's concerned. And why is he concerned? Well, because it turns out that this is not the first time that there's a rumor floating around about, guess what?
There was a rumor going around that Madeline had hooked up with another guy.
Luke asks her if she's excited about them coming, but nope. She's upset with Brian and not Luke about the prenup. I know why Madeline is doing this, where she blames the other person and not the actual problem. But why do people do that? Like, don't blame the friends, blame your partner.
I thought we had some really good conversation.
Good conversations? Which one? The one where she yelled at you? The one where she cried? Or the one where she told you to stop talking and both of you decided to not talk about this and pretend like everything is great? Those conversations? Good one, Karen. Then Madeline tells him it's not your point when Brian told you to do it. He says, he didn't tell me to do it. And she's like, exactly. And Luke then tells him, no, Maddie, this is a conversation that was going to happen no matter what. Brian just happened to remind me of it. He goes on to explain that if she makes a leap of faith for him, he would continue to sacrifice for her.
I think this relationship is a sacrifice.
Which Madeline takes the wrong way. And here we find out that Luke sold everything, including his home.
You. Are you dumb?
So he could buy an apartment in Colombia and move in with Madeline. I don't know about you guys, but in every relationship, there's sacrifices. Some are bigger than others, but at the end of the day, if you really love someone, there's going to come a time in your life that you're gonna have to give up certain things. But Madeline fails to understand this because she's still a child. He then raises his voice at her and tells her that it was a sacrifice.
I had to
How
do
you
things.
talk to me? When you gonna to learn to respect to me? When?
Yes, he did make the decision, but it's still a sacrifice. And she tells him, why do you think that? I support you. I help you with everything. And Luke, well, he could have said, because you love me, because you care about me, but no, he says this.
Because I think that I am the best opportunity that you have.
And even if that is the case, you sound very stupid saying that Madeline could not have gotten anything better than you, thinking that you are the prize, Mr. Luke. Now, let's move on to Aliya and Shawn. Last week, Aliya got engaged and now she's waking up incredibly hungover since she was celebrating like crazy. She's telling Shawn that her friends liked her a lot and that they think that he is crazy handsome. Aliya shares that when she was little, she dreamed about getting married, and every time that she would see her aunts do it, she knew that one day that was going to be her. However, there was something not adding up: her gender. She never felt love into today. To celebrate their engagement, they're out to a jungle tour with her bestie and Shawn, and in the car ride, Jackie brings up a very important question.
So now that you guys are engaged, you're gonna come to the States, right?
According to Shawn, they will be living in LA, where they would set up a glam room for her so that she can design it how she pleases. Her friend is actually very happy with the response because she understands that the transition will be incredibly difficult on Aliya. However, Aliya is nervous about this because she understands that moving away also means adapting to the life that Shawn already has in the States, which, as we know, is a busy one. The questions are not over though, because now Jackie asks,
Have you thought about like prenups or things like that? What will happen?
Aliya has this nervous laugh, but Shawn says that they haven't talked about it, but this is something that has to happen because he has 3 kids and has already established a life in his finances. While Jackie has great questions, and I'm pretty sure that her heart is in the right place, I did think that the questions were a little bit out of hand. She started with moving and then a prenup and then life insurance, and yeah.
Will you make sure that she's taken care of as well?
I mean,
like, do you have enough life insurance policy, Shawn?
Questions that Aliya should be asking. They just got engaged yesterday, girl. Shawn also feels some type of way about all the questioning, and instead of talking crap or talking behind her back, he puts a stop to it.
But it's not been the first thing on my mind to worry about my imminent demise the day after I got engaged, if you don't mind.
He is offended to know that Jackie thinks that he might just abandon Aliya once he doesn't need her anymore. And then the entire time, Aliya was just quiet and didn't really express any of her feelings. Once they arrive there, Shawn shares that he is
Dead, what's going to happen with that money? And I felt the questions were really inappropriate.
However, Aliya does say that she's thankful because she knows that she would have not asked those questions if it wasn't because of Jackie. And she really appreciates that she did that. After Aliya is done having her personal photo shoot, they sit down and Shawn says,
Obviously advise her because I was like, what the heck is she reaming me for on our vacation?
and he tells Jackie, I know that you are looking out for your friend and for her best interest, but I do feel like Aliya should be the one bringing up those concerns. So Jackie then asks her, do you feel comfortable bringing up those concerns with him? And this is what she has to say.
My biggest fear is moving to other country, have a new life, and continues being controlled by someone.
Well, she did not answer the question. It does go to show that Aliya still does not feel comfortable sharing certain things with Shawn, and her fearing that she will become dependent on him is a valid concern. But here's the thing. When Shawn asked her, you know, has there ever been a time where you expressed a concern and I went, I don't care, I'm the one with the money, so I make the decisions? She says, no, never. And here's the thing. When you have childhood trauma, there is moments like this one where even if you know that things are different, even when you know that that person cares about you, the fear of falling into the same place becomes bigger than the actual evidence. And I don't necessarily blame her for having those feelings. However, if she wants this relationship to flourish, she needs to look at what's actually happening, not at what might happen. Now, let's visit my favorite couple. Yay! Anika and her delusional friend are off to lunch with Kyle since he's leaving in 3 days. The moment that he gets there, he's like, oh my god, 2 Germans. Did I tell you that I have a kid from there?
Did I tell you I actually have a German kid? I think he's like 6 now.
Who asked you, Bio Kyle? No one did. And then, all proud of himself, goes, do you know that I spread my disgusting genetics all over the world and that I take advantage of desperate women? That's not what he said, okay? I'm exaggerating.
And I see your smile on your face when you talk about that.
Of course, I'm proud of it. It's a joy. I like it. I love it. And Anika says this.
I'm a bit shocked that just within seconds he comes up with a story of him donating rather than just getting to know her.
Get used to it, Anika. Get used to it. The Lula friend then wants to know
how important is it for you? All this meeting with other women and the donating.
And after all that we have seen from Kyle, there's nothing more important to him than impregnating women all over the world.
Yeah, I'd say it's important.
She also asks him if he's willing to stop donating the way that he has been doing it. Would you guys like to guess what he has to say?
Well, it's just too cold and clinical.
Well, wasn't he saying to Anika 2 episodes ago that the way that he donated is like a doctor? There's no connection, no feelings involved? Look at that. Such a liar, right?
You know, but the donating doesn't really hurt anyone.
Well, her.
Annie sees Kyle's smile as a sign that this makes him extremely happy. And how could she take that away from him? How? Now, her friend is wondering if because he's with Annie, he'll stop donating, and he just says that since he's getting older, he's trying to change. How are you trying to change? How? Again, her friend is like, wow, so Annie is the first person that stole your heart?
Did you ever love any woman?
But Annie, why does it matter?
Ay, Dios mío, me está dando un dolor de cabeza.
This one.
Spiritual connection.
We have a spiritual
connection? Sure. Then he taps on her leg and goes, I'm doing this for you. I'm trying to be more affectionate for you. What about being honest, Kyle? Have you ever decided to work on that?
He's touching you.
I'm trying to be affectionate.
Oh my god, this rant is driving me insane. How delusional can you be? Bestie, if you're watching this, if I ever talk to you like this, please slap me on the face. Then Anika says that this is what she needs from Kyle. This is the security that he wants to be with her. What security is that? The only secure thing about this man is the amount of trauma that he's going to give his poor children.
Building on this love and affection.
Oh my god.
Okay, cheers. Yeah, we make up. Cheers.
Okay.
What are we cheering for? Kyle says that he has now realized that his recipients need him for babies, but Annie needs him for a relationship. And would that make him stop donating? Probably not. Kyle then says that what Annie and him have is like a crazy wildfire.
This is like a raging wildfire.
And he's right. Wildfires destroy habitats, they kill animals and ecosystems. And for once in my life, I agree with him.
What I see in you two is that
Spark.
you have a little connection.
Even though her friend is a little delulu, there is one thing that she's right about, and that is that these two have a connection. Then Kyle turns around to Delulu and asks her if they are a sexy couple. And then he kisses Anika.
Kiss, we kiss.
Oh
That's what we do.
And I just want to pull my eyes out and burn them. Anika then tells us that maybe she has been thinking about the relationship in the wrong perspective. And he really is trying to be with her.
Like, maybe I'm not wasting my time. Maybe there is still something good coming out of this.
So I guess that means that they're going to move to the next level. Yeah. However, she is hoping that he's not going to hurt her. I would also like to remind you guys that he has not told her about sleeping with 2 extra women. So yeah, that's still there. Now they're up to see Kyle's place, and even though he knew that she was coming, didn't make the bed, didn't put the bottles away, left the trash can on the table, and left the closet door open with all of his clothes looking like crap. Ew! And you might think, maybe this would push Annie away.
It's very clear that he never had a serious girlfriend in his life. And what is this, Kyle, really?
But nope. I have a feeling that she actually likes how stupid Kyle is. Like, she sees this childlike, awkward behavior as attractive. I can't understand why, but I guess everyone has their preferences. So then Anika goes, okay, you know, let's sit down right here, make the lighting more cozy, bring me a sweater. Kyle, you need to ask me for a sweater when I come to your home. Just telling him the things that he needs to do. Like, it is so unattractive. He is so unexperienced that it's hard to watch. And then she asks him why he has never had a relationship, and he says something very telling.
I did put in effort into finding a relationship for years, but like, it was hard to find someone that actually liked me.
Which really goes to show that he never did this to help families, or like he said, because he was trying to help his friend or their smile on their faces, but for selfish reasons. He then tells her, I know it's hard to believe that women don't like me. And I was just sitting there like, what? It is not hard to imagine. It's not hard to believe. Kyle also shares that the real reason why he donates sperm is because he's unwanted. And in my opinion, he will always be, especially after all the stuff that has come out about him.
I think also a lot of women didn't want to have kids back then. At 22.
He also tries to say that this fear of not having children is what pushed him to becoming a donor, but that doesn't really add up when you go on to have 73 children. Like, okay. It seems like Anika sees pity as attractive, because after he says that, she feels very bad for him so much that she agrees to cuddle with him.
Do I have your consent to cuddle with you?
I would decide that spontaneously. I can't say anything yet now.
In my opinion, Kyle is asking for consent in front of the cameras the way that he does because he's trying to contradict all the women that have come out and said that he has forced himself on them. Again, that's my opinion before you come and try to get my videos. Now, for the preview, we find out that Shawn is actually in a polyamorous relationship.
We need to have conversations about the open relationship.
And Aliya does not like this. So I guess we're getting a second Alex and Adriano. Adriano and Alex are still arguing about the threesome. And Brian, which is Luke's friend, bends out that Madeline was actually topless one night with one of his friends. Yeah. Yep.
He was you slept in the same bed?
For the first question, do you guys think that Aliya is exaggerating when it comes to Shawn, you know, having power over her? I would love to know what you guys think. Do you guys actually think that Anika and Kyle are going to end up together? I sadly think that they are, but I would love to know what you guys think. And do you guys think that Madeline is actually sleeping around with the other man. Now, I did see a rumor that was going around on Reddit and Linda covered it, where it was said that Madeline is actually an escort, or I guess she was before she met Luke, and that's how she met him. But no one really wanted to admit that she was an escort because, again, she was underage when that was happening. So I don't know, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys actually think that this is real, that she is an escort? That's gonna be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Don't forget to like and comment.
Thank you.